So all these people who actually make it out, like make it to the top, I want to know what they feel about being divinely favored. Say for example, if a YouTuber, I know for a fact that this vlogger who exists in India, in fact, I was just talking about him with somebody else, and I just want to know if this guy feels like he was divinely favored. Like he comes from nothing, and then all of a sudden now, boom, he has like 40 million subs, and he's like someone. So I want to know if this person feels like he did it all on his own, or if he really feels like he was put in circumstances and situations where the situations enabled him to achieve what he was able to achieve. Or anybody for that matter, like say if someone ends up in a situation that's highly desired or envied, I want to know if these people feel like they did it all by themselves but just by putting in the elbow grease, or if they feel like they were being divinely favored and the situations that they were in kind of enabled them to be who they were. I mean, I know for a fact that I feel like whatever I've been able to get, the way I've been able to develop myself, that I could not have possibly designed it out by myself. So, say, whatever thought processes I have right now, whatever awareness I possess about certain things, about social dynamics, um, about the structure of reality and existence, all these things, like you cannot possibly design these things out. Like you almost have to fall into places where these things are plastered upon you. So even me being in a situation where I'm able to learn about something, now I did not myself decide to fall into this situation, you see. And that is I think just such a magical thing for me. So, and then like there are a lot of people who actually talk about these things extensively. People who are in the circles where they'll talk about manifestation and whatnot, and it's like tapping into abundance. And I mean, apparently, if you do, what they have to say is, if you happen to this abundant state, you start being divinely favored. And this abundant state can be tapped into by just assuming that you've actually accomplished the ideal that you have in your mind. So, say, if, and there was this rapper XXX Tenacion. I don't even know how to say that right, but anyway, like this guy, he was actually talking about this. I think he got shot and ended up being killed, but it's like I mean, I've heard these things from a lot of people. Even Jim Carrey talks a lot about this, like almost like assuming that you've accomplished the ideal inside of your mind, and eventually life favors you to reach that goal. So they'll talk about it in a very sometimes cringe way. I mean, I personally kind of find it cringe. I'm not saying that it is objectively cringe, but say that they'll talk about how you can command the universe, like command the universe to actually make you fall into the places that you'd like to fall in. And I just want to know what you feel about all this, and if you feel like there's any truth in all this. Like, say, do you actually believe that if you assume a certain reality and act in accord with it, excuse me, that eventually life starts nudging you and pushing you in that particular direction, and eventually you end up landing in that particular ideal situation that you desire? Honestly, at this point, I pretty much feel like I'm done being divinely favored. Yeah. So yeah, tell me what do you think about it. If you feel like you can actually program, or in a way construct, construct yourself in a way that you get divinely favored, or is just all whatever woohoo nonsense? I really want to know. So yeah, that's what's up for this one, I guess.